Welcome to Tail Talk Grooming Chronicles with Hound Therapy, the podcast where we talk all things pet grooming, daycare, academy, and more. Hosted by Shannon and Tanya of Hound Therapy, serving pet owners across North Texas. We're here to share expert tips, hilarious pet stories, and the inside scoop on keeping your furry friends happy and healthy. Our motto, humanity over vanity. And don't worry, we don't bite. Let's get started. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Thinking of adding grooming to your pet business? Here's why bringing in a consultant first could save you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sophia Yvette, co-host and producer, back in studio with Shannon and Tanya, professional groomers at Hound Therapy. Hi, how have you both been?
We're good. Holiday shuffle for us in the pet industry.
Yes, crazy times. Well, let's go ahead and talk strategy. Why should pet daycares and franchises bring in a grooming consultant before expanding?
Well, let's start with grooming is not an add-on. It is just, it can't be considered that. It's another service. And if you don't look at it that, it's going to be a problem. It's an art, it's a science, and it's a profession that requires knowledge of behavior, anatomy, coat care, so many things.
Yeah. It's not just giving a dog a bath.
No. And many daycare owners underestimate the complexity that it's not just a bath and a blow dry. It's risk management, right?
Yes.
It's client regulations and precision work. That's a really hard thing to find if you don't have a really good foundation of that particular type of an industry. It's not, you have that same risk management when you're taking in those dogs to your pet clients for their health and wellness while they stay with you. But once they go into the grooming room, it's kind of like it's not an add-on service. It has to be under that same umbrella. Bridging the gap is a huge
between or even if it's a new person buying into a franchise or something of the sorts and you don't know anything about the pet industry, that's where a grooming consultant or something can help you tremendously
with grooming protocols.
Yes, and how to staff that grooming, addition or salon in general.
Well, and getting a professional groomer, which is, was something that we've talked about where we are. We want to get out of that trade service and go step into that professionalism. So finding a professional groomer is hard to find. Increasing your safety protocols, knowing what they are, what they should be, having somebody come in before you have problems, backage of your drainings, in your bathtub, smelly environment because a floor was left wet, not having the proper equipment, so you're not able to prep a coat properly, and turning out work just that you wouldn't put your name on, because technically that work leaving that shop, it's got your name on it. A well-run grooming program becomes premium factor, and it makes you different. It helps design that signature extra. You don't want to be, even though you're in a franchise group, you need something that is going to set you apart and make you a little bit different than literally everybody else that has the same branding as you. So we feel that helps that, giving you that extra bit of knowledge and making that into a service, and bringing them in as a team member versus, and having everybody else in that team being on that same team as grooming. You got to work together, and it's a delicate line.
Well, it sounds like very, very complicated and a lot that definitely goes into it. Now, what role does staff training play in a successful grooming expansion?
Oh,
staff training's everything. I mean, that's your bread and your butter. That's who's, running your grooming department. That's from your reception all the way down to your bathers, to your groomers.
Everybody has to be on the same team. Your groomers should be able to sell your product. Your bathers should be able to sell your product. Your receptionist should be able to bathe dogs. Your groomer should be able to be a receptionist. You should be able to interchange anybody. because you can't book something that you haven't done. So I'm not saying that they need to be everybody on your team needs to be a dog groomer. But if you're going to add grooming, you do need everybody to understand exactly
What
the
it
amount
takes.
of work and time that it takes and how to book and set your coworker up for success.
Yeah.
And your coworker, knowing that they're there to support your business, should know your business and
Yes.
want to sell and promote your products. So if they're not using them and being able to be in there on their slow times when they don't have grooming, how to build that bond with those people, how to retain a good client relationship with an unregulated, with a regulation franchise where you have tons and tons of rules
Yeah.
with an add-on of a very unregulated industry. It's
Yeah.
extremely difficult. So without a consultant coming in and saying, "Hey, look, you don't have to take." It's exactly that. It is consulting. It is a professional groomer coming in and saying, "Look, these are the things that are going to help you grow.
Yeah.
This is how many dogs you need to do. Let's look at it realistically." In your mind, you're thinking, "Oh, I'm going to charge XYZ for grooming, and I'm going to make XYZ dollars because I'm paying, this percentage." Well, a lot of grooming professionals will come in and they want, let me say, a lot of people coming in from the grooming trade want a 50% commission.
Yeah.
And 50% of my business means we are partners. That means you get 50% of my bills. And I'm more than happy to give you 50% of what we make. But
Mm.
that is our gross, right? That is not, it's after bills.
Yes.
These groomers want a 50% off the top before anybody's made any money. And to be able to understand how to get a proper tip, if it's running through a credit card processor, how to take those groomers down a notch and teach them professionalism and how to work with others is difficult. How to speak that language as an owner for, hey, look, this is your job. It's a profession. You're working here. You're coming into a professionalized area. It's difficult.
It also kind of helps refrain from the groomer that kind of owns the business owner, because the business owner doesn't know, which
Right.
then it kind of puts your groomer on a pedestal and they think that the grooming department is theirs, in which case it
And
is not.
they can hold you hostage over it.
Yes.
So because grooming can be very, very profitable. But you wanna make it profitable for everybody across the board. Everybody needs to see a gain or you're gonna have a lot of pitting against each
Yeah.
other. The goal isn't just to add grooming, it's the integrity that the grooming, it's doing it professionally.
Yeah.
Education is structure.
Yeah.
It's consulting, it's a win-win model for the pets, for the staff, and everybody that's there. It really is looking, it's kind of like a business plan, right?
Yep.
You can't just add something on the tail end of it and hope it works. You've got to look at all of the pros and cons, and the only way to do that is to ask somebody that's in that profession if you're not. And there's not a lot of us, so consulting with somebody who's got a good feedback, good reputation, who has got solid professionalism behind them, that knows some kind of business as well on top of the trade, and has the style and art. It's a hard thing to find. So if you can find that person, the consulting it really is the best way to go.
Yep.
It will save you a lot of money and time in the end,
And avoids trial and error.
and a lot of heartache. We have grooming products that we use, tools, dryers. There's a lot of equipment that groomers have to bring to your job. So if you will provide that, if you have a good foundation and knowledge of what it is it's going to take to add on this profession, you need to take that plunge into
Yep.
providing top dryers, an appropriate tub, an appropriate draining, good protocols. What do we do? What do we not do? Do we do nail trims? How much do we charge? What's extra? What's added on?
Safety procedures.
You have to have a specialized grooming handbook for everybody so that we know what's going on. You need to provide the clippers, the blades, and you need to provide that in a way that people aren't going to steal from you as well. So
Yep.
there is just so much that can make you stand out and be a separate part, and really, really shine with adding this awesome professional trade into your already well-rounded franchise. It really does help to
Yeah.
know the things that you have to have cost-wise effective upfront and what it's going to cost you on the back end if you don't have those.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you both for breaking down this so clearly. Your insight is a game changer for pet businesses everywhere. We'll catch you next time.
Thank
Bye.
you.
That's a wrap for this episode of Tail Talk with Hound Therapy. Ready to book your pet's next groom, daycare stay, or grooming academy tour? Call us at 469-367-0009. That's 469-367-0009 to schedule an appointment. Or visit us online at www.houndtherapy.com. Serving North Texas with expert pet care. Until next time, keep those tails wagging.